How are we doing today, Starseeds? I hope you're all doing well. Today, I wanted to create a video pertaining to what lots of you diligent Ascension pioneers have already become aware of on your Ascension journey, maybe even before it even began for some of you, regarding what's known as the Merkaba, which resides within our bodies, as well as the Merkaba or Merkabic Field of Oneness, Merkabic, making it even Arabic, Indian, as in the Middle East, Egyptian, and even Chinese culture. This is likely due to how the universe and Mother Nature, in our solar system and fairy kingdom, knew outside of time just how much this would be needed for our ascension, whilst creating the name for it, as well as to study for geeking purposes, to let us know that it is not racist, but for everybody, of course, as well as to set ourselves free in the utmost ways once fully realized, understood, and unlocked, which we are going to be doing together throughout this study/tarot reading and energy healing session. To do this, I went ahead and shuffled my deck with the intention of the Merkaba Field Angels' presence and assistance whilst doing this, which you may feel throughout, and wish the Two of Cups flipped out of it, in order to facilitate this reading and healing and study session opportunity for us all. So let's not waste any more time, and let's go ahead and begin. To begin with, when doing my research and putting my own intuitive 2 cents into the mix, I gathered that the Merkaba reminds us to model ourselves after its perfection, like the yin and yang symbolism, that it consists of 2 interlocked tetrahedrons, one pointing upwards and one pointing downwards, that it can get bigger and bigger, adding even more tetrahedrons to your own inner Merkaba the more you grow spiritually, mentally spiritually, take responsibility for your emotions, mastering them if you will, and actively intend for this to be so, while taking the necessary steps for this humbly with good selfless intentions. This will, in turn, make you into a complete, whole, spiritual, even supernatural being, pretty much on a human deity scale we're talking here, as an effect of this. So just make sure that this is a journey that you'd like to pursue, which still could be harmless when coming from the right place, but more or less time-consuming and wasting, if anything at all, if this is something you're not in full, total alignment with. Although it will likely reject you and tell you to take a few steps back, as it is fully conscious, sensitive, and deserves respect, if you were coming at it, which you are not to do, with a competition mindset, a greed mentality, or ulterior motives as if it's the Holy Grail or something. Now that that's fully said and understood, let's get into actually studying and channeling information from the tarot card. From the Two of Cups, deriving from Chris Ann's Light Seer's tarot deck, if you are curious, I am immediately seeing our universe and human natures, which are both the same thing, interconnectedness to each other, to source, and how this constantly flows and intertwines together very effortlessly and intelligently nonstop, which I'm going to ask completely comes back online for us after being tampered with and lost from our inner knowing, while sending so much love and appreciation for our intelligent, unconditionally loving universe in the same process. Already I've begun to feel myself, as well as the entirety of Mother Earth, be lifted up and risen to a much higher level of standards, and even integrity, I'm being told by the Merkaba angels overseeing this reading session, depicted by the 2 hands deriving from seemingly different cultures and backgrounds, outpouring a small rainbow wave from their hands. What a beautiful card illustration this is, in my opinion. Depicted by the burst of golden rays shooting up into the heavens on the right of the illustration, I am seeing and feeling that it actually has the potential to reach supersonic levels within superhuman beings, incarnated on planetary bodies just like ours, that this is healthy and intended for these supernatural beings with real-life superhero destinies, but that it should also be monitored, tamed, yet still appreciated and admired, rather than suppressed or frowned upon. The extremely cool Merkaba angels are reminding me, just like you've seen in any superhero film, TV show, or story that depicts this very same info. So, how interesting of a discovery this is that we've made, huh? To go further, I am also feeling the sun beaming and radiating from within the hands of the 2 individuals, making us aware that the sun actually consists in these areas as well, the hands that is, that this is also a major part of being a part of the Merkaba Field of Oneness, meaning that you are healthy, fresh, young, and new in this way, as well as reminding us that we also have this same sun, even our own personal version of the sun, not precisely the one within our solar system, that derives and emanates within us, as we are the universe together and individually separate from it as well. Meaning that even if the entire universe ceased to exist somehow, that we will always remain and could even create a whole new universe from within ourselves from intention if we are on deity level or from another heavenly creator or creatrix source, demanding it from us for emergency purposes as well if this is needed, which you would most definitely be rewarded and acknowledged for on the grandest scales, I'm being told. Although this is extremely rare and unlikely, for being chosen for this and having no choice but to step up to the plate and sharing your perfectly imperfect internal universe with the whole body of souls that greatly needs this. It would also be alchemized and shaped into something new, hip, and universally understandable, I'm feeling, which is being confirmed, so that you would not feel so drained, used, unappreciated, or made into a god in this uncomfortable way as a somewhat regular human being first and foremost. The bracelet on the darker skinned individual looks like Saturn to me and also consists of his energy, which is letting us know that it has been used within the occult a little bit too much and too selfishly, honestly, without them even fully understanding its true, full, innocent potentials in order to deter people from it actually, as well as make them feel stuck in time, lazy in understanding it, greedy if they do wish to understand it, wrapping it in a bunch of false light and filtering it through the false light ascension matrix in order to attempt to distort it, which is just impossible, drain people of their energy when trying to understand it, ultimately slowing them down with Chronos and Father Time's now overturned time warp system, in which we are going to use my etheric Judgment Day team to pass the harshest, most intelligent of judgments their way, right in this now moment, to set us ultimately free through their pain, embarrassment, and demise. Ah, even more freedom being integrated and well earned at last. To begin wrapping it up, the two cups hosting the rainbow water wave on the ground beneath them is coming with the energy of our cups always being full and bountiful on a mental, emotional, and deep grounded soul levels, even when it doesn't feel like it, which is going to completely fade away into non existence in the brand new paradigm of getting rid of these lower vibrational, illusory thoughts and realms of existence, known as the 5D New Earth School / Golden Age of Aquarius Paradise timeline. The burst of golden light towards the right of the card came with the energy of the sun bursting onto and from within the right side of my head and brain hemisphere, mimicking the nature of the Merkaba's multidimensional, sacred geometrical structure, reminding us that we are eternally and infinitely genius beyond belief naturally, that we can get here without the help of so-called gurus, and is coming with the energies of the deepest, most profound, Christ-like salvation, which is just what the Merkaba stands for in general, and is reminding us that the Merkaba is both for science and spirituality, and that the entire universe, your beautiful, perfectly imperfect inner and outer universe, models this same nature whether you like it or not. And that concludes our very much needed study / tarot reading energy healing session, somehow turned Judgment Day holding, regarding what we've come to know and love, yet not completely understand until now, as the Merkaba and its Merkaba field of oneness. I feel and am also being told that the information gathered and explored here today is but the tip of the iceberg of how far we can truly go into this subject, into ourselves as an effect, which is just so exciting to discover and is a great reason to touch up on this important, highly intriguing topic in the future, which we will most certainly do at some point when a part 2 to this video comes out when ready. So stay tuned for that, and I hope that you received more than what you've needed from this meetup. Take care, Starseeds, and be blessed. Bye now.